Hey YouTube, it's Elvis Ammo here. Hey, today we're gonna do something kind of cool again. The last time in my last video we shot the 300 blackout into the ballistic gel, and we were able to capture a 160 grain Supersonic traveling at 1650 feet per second, and we had a hard time capturing our powder coated 230 grain missiles, our subsonic ammo. They were just, so heavy. They were corkscrewing their way right out of the top of this thing. They would go into one block and come out just inside the second block, right out the top. And in one case, one of them come out in the first block. So we're going to try to give that another shot. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to shoot, and that's if this 223 ammo that you guys all pretty much are on the same page. You all want me to shoot this 223 55 grain, and you want me, this is the ammo that we fired in one of the last videos where I was shooting the 223 round. And you guys, I'd crank these things up to 2,500 feet per second. A lot of you really like that, and you want to see what it looks like in the ballistic gel, going through the ballistic gel. So that's what we're going to do. That's our number one goal today. And then if this doesn't do too much damage and we have any room left in the ballistic gel, then we'll try again to capture the 300 blackout 230 grain missiles. All right, so we'll give that another shot if we can. But now what I'm hoping is that these bullets right here, these 223, even though they're traveling fairly quick, they have the flat nose on them, like that. So what I'm hoping is that flat nose will slow this thing down enough so that it don't go completely through the gel. So that's our goal. And what I've done is, as you can see, I have this variety of colors. I figured that if we're going to shoot more than one shot, that we may as well, if we capture a blue, maybe we can capture a red and a yellow, and just at the same time we can decide if there's one of these colors, whether it's the Eastwood powder, the blue, or if it's the Harbor Freight red or yellow, that holds up better than the other. So I thought it was worth that if we're going to take more than one shot, we should try different colors. So I also wanted to mention, I get comments, from people and that just happen up on my channel, and they're like, what is powder coating? Why do you powder coat? What benefits does it have? Well, I'll speak to that just really quick, because I know that it's very easy to come up on my channel and say, why are these people powder coating bullets? So just in a nutshell, the powder coating, what it is it's really a homemade jacket. It's a way to jacket your bullet. So you either have a copper jacket on your ammo, or you if you're dealing with cast lead like we are, then you'll lubricate your bullet, but regardless, the bullet has to have a coating on it or it will just smear lead down your barrel. For those of you that don't know what powder coating is, it is a pretty special way that we found in this casting and shooting community that will allow you to jacket your bullet, and you can do hundreds at a time for just, you know, a fraction of a dollar, really. So it's very cheaply done, and it works very well. You can shoot all you want, no leading. So anyway, to get that out of the way, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot the 223 through here into the ballistic gel, and we'll shoot the first one. It'll be a blue one, and then we'll shoot a red one, then we'll shoot a yellow one. But that's provided that these things don't just continue straight through. What I have here is I have 2 blocks of synthetic 10% FBI block, 16 inches apiece, for a total of 32 inches of ballistic gel. And then right here on the end, I used a 3-gallon planter like you would get from the nursery, and I just put some cheap painter's plastic inside it to line it, and then I filled it with water. That way I don't waste a trash bag, you know, and I didn't have gallon jugs to stack up here. So I have this, and then this box sitting on top is merely just a lid for the water so that it don't make too big of a splash if it goes through there and wets my equipment. And then beyond that, I have a 2x8 and another 2x8 leaning up against it. So I'm bound and determined to catch this thing if it tries to go through, but who knows, we'll see. I haven't shot it yet with this round. I told you that you'd be the first to see it and we'd do it together. So that's what we're doing. Okay, YouTube, 223 round with the 23 grains of Winchester 748 running at 2,500 feet per second with the powder coated cast bullet, and that is the Lee cast lead bullet, the 55 grain. So with all that said, let's go ahead and shoot it, and then if we can capture a bullet in it, next what I'll do is I'll go ahead and try to capture one of these Subsonics from the 300 blackout. Here we go. Let me set you up at another angle here, and then we're gonna shoot this thing. Okay, here we go. 223 55 grain powder coated blue. We have a bullet. Yes, we sure do. And it looks like it had been destroyed. I am very surprised. Wow. We'll shoot another one. Alright, I'm going to put a red one. I think that was awesome. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Man, this is very unexpected, and this is exactly why I wanted to do this. This is completely unexpected. Now look at here. Now the first bullet that we shot was, I don't know if you can see it or not. Now I had to get a little bit muddy, and I had to wash these things down. It had rocks and mud and dirt stuck to them. Where both of these, that's 40 pounds of ballistic gel went off the cliff. So the first bullet that we shot is this big ball. I don't know if you can see it, right? Straight down through there. Now I'm gonna show you. I'll show you better. If you can see that ball right there, it's all together in looks like in mostly one piece. Now I did not think that this hard cast lead would fragment. Okay, this is new to me, honestly. So that's where that one landed at just over about 11¼ inches is where it came to rest. Now the second shot that I put in is this one right here, where you can see a couple of different pieces. There's a couple of pieces there, and there's another piece here. Okay, now that one landed at about 12¼ inches, where that one came to rest. And this wound channel right here started from virtually the very beginning all the way to about 6 inches deep is where all this damage is done. And then you have the fragments over here, and in the case of the first shot you have one big ball sitting there. I expected this thing to almost want to go clean through. It didn't happen. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but first of all, I'm thinking, you know, probably no sense in shooting another one. Let's go ahead and shoot a Subsonic in there and see if we can capture that thing, and let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to shoot a blue Subsonic running at 1,030 feet per second out of the 300 blackout, and we'll see if we can capture it this time. And we're going to need to dissect this thing and let you look at it, because I'm telling you, you're going to want to see this. So let's go ahead and shoot this 230 grain missile, and then I'll be right back with you. There we go. That's what we're shooting right now. Where'd it go? I don't know where it went. Right through there, a big chunk of a big honking wound channel right there through the between 5 and 11 inches. And I can see it looks like it tried to go down. You guys probably know watching it on camera. I might have to shoot it again. I don't know where it went. I'm gonna have to shoot it again. I'm not sure if this thing went underneath there. I'm thinking it might have went underneath. I'm not even gonna look for it. I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot it one more time. Oh, we can't keep them in the block. Wow. I really don't want to tear this thing up too much, but I'm going to try it one more time. Okay, no luck. So we're just going to have to revisit this whole thing. But what you want to see is you want to see this 223. So let's take a look at it. All right, my head is going to explode. I just have not been able to capture that 300 blackout subsonic 230 grain missile. We cannot seem to stop this bullet. This is just a muscle bullet. This thing is 230 grains and it's very long and it's just gonna do whatever it wants to do, this bullet. Alright, so we're going to still try this again, you know, another day, but you guys, we have done some pretty amazing work today, and some of you already know that we've done some pretty amazing work, and some of you like, what's so amazing? Well, we shot our 55 grain Lee bullet, all right, and we fired 2 rounds at this thing. One of them knocked it off the rest, and I'm shocked that it knocked 40 pounds of ballistic gel off the rest. That had to be, you know, a tremendous amount of foot-pounds, where the subsonic round, as heavy as that bullet is, it seemed to just muscle through and come out the top of the second block. We shot 3 of them. One of them went down, and it looked like there was a tiny hole in was it this one? No, the second. There was a tiny hole in the second block where it looked like it come out the bottom. So anyway, to be continued on that one. We'll just finish up real quick. Those huge wound channels that you see right there are from the 300 blackout subsonic rounds. All right, they went in here. You can see these little tiny streams of light right there. Look like fiber optics. All right, those were they went in about 8 and 9 inches before they did this huge shock wave or flip or whatever it did, and then come out. So anyway, that's the subsonics. So now let's get down to business. We're really wanting to talk about these 223s. All right. Wow. I mean, we have some good stuff inside this block, guys. I thought this was really going to be a short video. You know, the bullet was going to come to a stop, or it was just going to blow clean through it. I had no idea, honestly, that these bullets would, not only would they stop in the gel, but they would stop in the first block at 11 and 12.5 inches or so. Alright, what we have here is some pretty good representations of these bullets. Believe it or not, you can look at them and tell that these things are mushroomed. They leave a debris field from, they're leaving a, see this wound channel right here? This wide wound channel right here. All right, that's each one of those channels are approximately 3/4 of an inch to an inch wide, just as they go in from the beginning all the way down to about 6.25, 6.5 inches to here. You have this this wide debris field, pieces of lead. I would not have thought that this bullet, but remember I said that there's a good chance that something other than this thing flying through the gel would happen, because we have these flat nose bullets. All right, well, this little tiny flat nose bullet 223 running at 2,500 feet per second actually made a bigger entrance going into the gel than the 230 grain 30 caliber 300 blackout subsonics. All right, and they left. This is going to be important for you guys to know, because this is the kind of information you're looking for. But this thing has left a debris field. All right, this debris field is pieces, and I can see it. I'm going to show you an up close view in a minute, but I want to kind of narrate what you're going to look at. I can see pieces all up through here from about, probably from about 1.5 inches in, I'm thinking. Okay, we'll see. We're going to open this thing up and look at it. I'm going to try not to rush this thing too much, because I know this is some information that's spectacular information for me personally. But I can see a debris field going in, and what I'm looking at here is I'm looking at little tiny specks and dots and pieces all up through here, and the pieces get a little bit larger as you continue through here, and they are blue. All right, so yes, this bullet had mushroomed, and you can see it now. I got the light on it. That is, I don't know if you can tell from your point of view, but that is blue. That's the base of the bullet that I'm looking at right there. That was the first bullet that we shot right there, and that it's blue. That's the base of the bullet, and the debris field is large, and as it started out it was splintering off into little pieces. And I can, now what I had to do, because this thing hit the ground, is I went ahead and took the heat gun, and I just hit this with the heat gun, and kind of melted a little bit on the outside of this block just to clear it up a little bit. It was so foggy from all the dirt and debris. So anyway, even right here, it looked like this bullet goes straight in here, and one piece even went straight up like this and stopped right there. And it's about right here in relationship to the top, and there, that's the grid right there. But that is it's a blue. It's just as pretty and blue as it can be, but it come off the bullet. All right, so the powder coating is still on it, and then there's like a little BB piece down there, and now the second bullet went in just below it and to the side, and you can see where it rests right there, and in relationship it is about center. It is about center right there. Right there. It is about center, and it has a very large piece of debris sitting right next to it. You might be able to see that from your point of view. Now, I'm going to give you a close-up, don't worry. But you have the mushroom bullet right there, and then you have a big piece of debris next to it. Now the question is, you know, is this self-defense ammo? Because you know, which one would you? Well, I wouldn't want to get hit with either one of them. But if you were to shoot a zombie with one of these things, and there's this huge debris field right here, and then the piece continues, you know, outside of the 12-inch mark, you know, well, it's probably more like 12 and 12 and a half, almost 12 and 3/4 where that bullet is sitting right there. So and this first one is sitting at 11 and a half inches to where it come to rest on the very end. Man, what is going on? I did not know this lead would come apart like that. So let's get a close-up of it, and then we'll just cut it out and take a look at the bullet. Alright, I'm going to show you where it entered. The first one entered right there. Let me get my pointer. The first one entered right there. Second one entered right there. That was the 300 blackout. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So now, come in over here, and I'm going to try to get you to see. Can you see the blue on that bullet? Yes, you can. That is a blue. That's the base of the bullet right there. I'm going to get you way in on it. That's the base of the bullet. You can see the ring where the bottom of the bullet was. All right, and then the channel all the way down. I'm gonna let you see this debris field if I can, where these bullets went in through here, right through there. See if I can get you on it where you can actually see the blue. I'm not sure. Probably shouldn't have shot the 300 blackout with it, because it just made a big fat mess in there. Alright, I'm going to try one more thing now, because I know with this light shining right on the debris, there's a good chance you'll be able to see it. I don't know. Yeah, you can probably see it better without the light. There it is. You see that big old shockwave 300 blackout down. Oh my God. Those are blue pieces. Alright, now I just wanted you to see it before I tore it open. That's all. Get you a good look at it. Man, that's something else. And there's that's where they all went in. Alright. Now let's go ahead and cut these puppies out of here. See what's going on. I made a muddy mess out there, by the way. I had the water hose spraying and oh my God. There we go. Let's go ahead and I don't think there's any sense really in tearing into all of that. We're going to pull out pieces. I'm just going to go right in and get this. And it's a good ways in there. Let's see. It looks close, but it's it's not so close. All right. Get the gel out of it. Check this bad boy out. See that powder coat? That's part of what we wanted to know, isn't it? Did it burn off of there? Nope. That's the base of the bullet. That thing got hit at 2,500 feet per second. Alright, now this is the other side of it. Let me grab tweezers. Where I can get my fingers out of the way of it. That's the front of it, and that's what the front of a 223 bullet looks like. And that's what the base of a 223 bullet looks like. I mean, look at that. So now we'll just go ahead and weigh that piece that's left over. Alright. You're not going to believe it. I did not think there was this much of it left. There is 49.2 grains of bullet left there. Wow. 49. I mean, who would have ever thought there was that much? So that's how much is kept together. I was thinking it was going to be half. You know, 20 grains, maybe 25, 30 at the most. Look at that. Okay. So there we go. That's one of them. Let me get this other one out. Now this other one, you know, it actually came apart a little bit more. I'm just going to use the, well, we'll go in. This one's going to be down in there a bit. This one's in there, boy. So okay. I don't know if I have a better chance of. I was kind of trying not to destroy it because I might go out there and play with this piece of gel. Alright, I'm going to have to get rowdy with it. Let's see, maybe I might have knocked it out of the pocket. Oop. Alright. Now remember, the second bullet I shot was a red bullet, not a blue one. And now the blue obviously shows up a little bit better. But I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to go ahead and weigh it first. That's what it looks like. That's the other side. I'm going to weigh it. 39.9. The other one was 49.1. So you lost about 10 grains or so. Is that right? So you lost about 15 grains or so through there. A little larger debris field with this one. Remember I said there was a larger piece sitting next to it. But we want to see this bullet. Here we go. Now this was a red one, not a blue one. That's the bullet. About 15 grains shy of being a whole 55 grain bullet. But it flattened it out pretty good. And as far as the powder coat goes, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I can see the the powder coat on the bullet, but it looks like you know, because the blue shows up better, and this still has some gel in it. Let's see if we can get rid of some of this gel. Quite a bit of gel in here. There we go. That's about the best I can come up with. So we have a large debris field, you know, pieces, you know, going through, you know, and here's the blue one again. I mean, you can really, that really shows up, the blue does. So the powder coat is not burning off. Is powder coated bullets tough? You know, the durability of it. Yeah, they really are. And you know what to make of this. You know, I'll be glad to you know, I'm really excited to hear the comments from you guys on kind of what to make of this. You know, tell me, do you think this is a self-defense round? Because I wouldn't have thought it, but you know, again, you know, I'm on the fence, you know, on whether this could be used for self-defense. You tell me, you know, what your thoughts are, and but man, you know, look at these 300 blackout subsonic wound channels in this thing. It's just a monstrosity. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You know, wow. So, you know, here we go. You know, but I know that you can't see it on camera there, but there is a lot of bright blue pieces. Right there is a big bright blue piece right there. There's some more that you can literally see the blue on these little tiny dust of lead that's through here. You know, I'm trying to try to make out. You know, there's some a large. That second shot was the most of the biggest debris field, you know, going through here. But YouTube, you know, this has been pretty exciting information. I mean, so anyway, I wanted to tell you, I have a little surprise coming up. In the next video, I have a little bit. Now this is off the subject. I have a little surprise coming up. I'm doing something completely different, kind of, and anyway, it's something I think that you guys would be interested in, and something kind of cool at the same time. Just throwing that out there. It should very well be in my next video coming up. Pretty cool stuff. Anyway, YouTube, I'll just throw in a little clue out, kind of giving you a heads up, so that when you see my next video pop up, you might want to look at it and just see what I've got going on. Anyway, YouTube, this has been, you know, let me know your thoughts, you know, what to shoot next. You know, let me know. You know, let me know what your thoughts are. You guys, I'll see you in the next cool video.